Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to the Midday News. We're live on Love 99.5 FM in Kumasi, also live in Accra on Joing 99.7 FM, over 30 affiliates across Ghana's 16 regions. We're on Amenuveve FM in Apawu, Ganga FM in Jirapaka, Kelly Radio in Ho. We're live on X Spaces. We're on Facebook. We're on myjoyonline.com. The Midday News is sponsored by Petrol Soul. Your clean fuel in full quantity. Petrol Soul is always a delightful experience. Also brought to you by Duroplus Ghana Limited, producers of quality PVC and HDPE pipes and water tank. We are the only water storage tank with a level indicator, and where Duroplus goes, water flows. This afternoon, Ghana seeks to overtake Australia to become the world's leading producer of lithium once production starts at Apawu mines in the central region.
Ghana is about to become the biggest lithium mining country in the world.
Good news, isn't it?
Also this afternoon, Foreign Minister says Ghanaians must pay realistic fees for passport as he urges the House to approve an increase in the charges.
I'm hoping that Ghanaians will pay realistic prices for passports. Today, passports are no longer IDs.
I'll take you live to Parliament, where the House has also approved 1.1 billion cedis for the ministry. Lands Commission says it awaits a certified Supreme Court judgment on the over 72,000 acre land case in Accra to begin the necessary steps in registering lands affected by the court's decision.
They have gone to court, they have made their victories. We will be awaiting the certified copies to be able to take steps to do what the court says we should do in respect of registrations that may be in our record that will be affected by the decision.
There's more as the Lands Commission allays fears of affected persons, urging them to stay calm and not panic about the situation in their sports.
World title opportunity for Ghana as boxer Senna Adbeko challenges the undefeated WBA super middleweight champion David Morrell.
And we'll also get to meet the one-year-old child who's already been painting for 6 months and now aiming to break a Guinness World Record set 20 years ago.
All the behind the scenes are there. Every single painting. So far, he's done 12 paintings, including this 13. 6 months old.
Plus, our build up to Christmas.
Dashing through the sun, on the road with glasses on.
I came here with my mom to ask.
We'll tell you about this year's Joy FM Family Party in the Park, which promises to be bigger, better, and fun as it unites families this Yuletide. You want to stay for that and more here on the Midday News. I am Emefa Apawu, and this is your home of independent, fearless, and credible journalism. Many thanks for your company. And Ghana this afternoon is seeking to become the world's leading producer of lithium once production starts at the Apawu mines in the central region. Amidst the controversies surrounding Ghana's lithium lease agreement, Lands and Natural Resources Minister Samuel Abujinapo is already targeting Ghana, overtaking Australia, which is currently the largest producer of the commodity. Speaking on the Super Morning Show this morning, the minister confirmed that the country is anticipating to produce 350,000 tons of lithium per annum, which is the largest in the world.
According to this website, visualcapitalist.com, 61,000 per year, and that's 46.9%. We are saying we are going to mine 350,000 tons per year. That is about 5 times the biggest.
But why do you
country?
Why do you seem scandalized by that? Why?
No,
I on a daily basis.
I'm not scandalized. I'm seeking clarification.
Yes.
Ghana is about to become the biggest lithium mining country in the world.
Good news, isn't it? I am working day in, day out for gold production to go up.
And we've given this concession to one company, the biggest mining concession in the world.
Yes, but is that company that engaged in exploration, is that company that is involved, whole investment, invested a lot of money into the concession?
Now, the minister also assures that the off-taker agreement in the contract, which will enable Atlantic Lithium to sell the portions of the mined lithium to Pedomon, an American company, is yet to be approved by government.
But it's also important for me to point out that that off-taker agreement is not been approved by the government of Ghana yet. We've not approved that off-taker agreement. That off-taker agreement is yet to be presented to the Minerals Commission for onward transmission to my office and be examined thoroughly. And I think that is where the conversation should move to. That's where the conversation should shift to, which is how are we going to work together as stakeholders, as a country, to ensure that the terms we've agreed to are not compromised in any form or shape.
Meanwhile, mining investment expert Dan Mcconnell is backing government's lithium deal, describing the terms as generous. Speaking to Raymond Akon upfront, the Canadian with about 4 decades of mining experience explained the deal is indeed one of the best in the sub-region.
Well, if Parliament ratifies this, and again, I think the agreement's generous, especially on the royalties to the Ghanaian government, and they can get started. I would go down that course. If it's going to be debated on and changed over time, then maybe yes. But my worry, Raymond, is that there's going to be a debate on this for the next number of years until the price really falls. When the price really falls, and then it's not on the radar screen, and then it won't be a debate in Parliament, it won't be in the media, and then the laws will change. But
on his part, Imani Africa's Bright Simmons disagreed, insisting Mr. McConvey is comparing apples to oranges.
But that is not the right way to look at it. Why? Because those minerals that we've signed those types of contracts with are very established global minerals, been trading for years. They are commoditized.
Okay.
Lithium is a scarce mineral that is slowly becoming more widely available, but its use could explode. So green minerals are uncertain. And we all know that the greater the uncertainty, the greater the potential reward. Mm-hmm. So we cannot use the strategy we use for gold for lithium. So we cannot use contracts that we sign for gold to benchmark contracts we are signing for lithium.
That's Imani Africa's Bright Simmons there. I'll take you to Parliament now, where the Minister for Foreign Affairs, Shelley Ayokobochi, says Ghanaians do not currently pay realistic fees for the passport application and is asking Parliament to approve an increase in the charges. The Minister said Ghanaians pay just 100 cedis for a passport to produce a document. It costs government 400 cedis. Speaking during the consideration of budget estimates for her ministry, the Minister said the passport is no longer used as an identity because of the Ghana card, and the price must therefore go up.
Mr. Speaker, on the issue of the cost of passports, it goes without saying that it is not sustainable. We cannot sustain this. And therefore, I would plead with this Honourable House to look at the issue for us. It is already before the subsidiary legislation committee, and I'm hoping that Ghanaians will pay realistic prices for passports. Today, passports are no longer IDs. They don't serve as IDs. We have the national ID card. And therefore, those who need passports are those who need it to travel. And therefore, I don't believe that they will not, or they would want us to continue to subsidize it.
That's a Minister for Foreign Affairs, Shelley Ayokobochi, in Parliament a while ago. We know that the House also approved 1.1 billion cedis for the ministry to spend. But ranking member on the Foreign Affairs Committee, Samuel Okujeto Ablakwa, had concerns about the possible confiscation of Ghanaian properties abroad.
I want to place on record that the Honourable Minister for Foreign Affairs has assured us that the media reports which troubled all of us earlier this year of a judgment debt of $140 million, the GPGC matter Trafigura, which they have attached a number of our properties in the UK, particularly Regina House. The Foreign Minister assured us that she will do everything to make sure that those attached properties are protected. I take note that the Finance Minister has started paying that judgment debt of $140 million. But Mr. Speaker, clearly this is judgment debt which was avoidable, which should not have put our diplomatic missions under such stress, under such risk. And ministers must be told in very clear terms that when they are taking these decisions, they should think about the interests of the country. This contract, Mr. Speaker, for 5 years will have cost just $140 million. Now, for no work done, we have to pay a judgment debt of $140 million. And the risk is really real and alive, that if care is not taken, if we default, our diplomatic missions, particularly Regina House, will be lost. It will be auctioned.
And that was the debate that ensued in Parliament a while ago. And that's not all. The National Security Minister, Albert Kandapa, has also lamented the low budgetary allocation for his ministry in the 2024 budget. The ministry demanded 2.5 billion cedis from the Finance Ministry for 2024 to deal with election-related issues and emerging terrorism threat, but got only 1.6 billion cedis. Despite this, the minister says his ministry will make do with the amount and continue to keep the nation safe.
We are aware of the domestic and also the external security challenges, as well as the challenges of the election year. We had estimated that we would need an amount of about 2.5 billion cedis. Unfortunately, our allocation has been reduced to 1.6 billion because the national envelope was not big enough. In spite of this, Mr. Speaker, we want to assure the House that we will do everything to be able to accommodate the various challenges that we face, and we will make sure that we are able to confront the challenges.
That's the National Security Minister, Albert Kandapar, touch base with our parliamentary correspondent shortly as the House approves budgets for ministries, departments and agencies and also consider other bills. But let me talk about this particular controversial issue. You've been hearing about that Supreme Court ruling on the over 72,000 acre land case in Accra. Well, the Lands Commission this afternoon says it is waiting to be served with a certified Supreme Court ruling on that disputed 72,000 acre land involving 72 communities in Accra. The ruling asserts that the current families cannot claim ownership of the affected lands due to a 1982 Court of Appeal decision which declared them owners based on fraudulent information presented to the court. Timothy Anyidoho, acting Greater Accra Regional Lands Officer, states that they anticipate the victors in the case to serve them with a certified ruling for the Commission to take necessary actions. Before we get to hear from the Lands Commission, though, let's listen to Kwame Jan, a land law expert advising property owners to consult the Lands Commission before attempting any reconciliation with your new landowners.
If you are a property owner, and for example, if you are in East Legon, the area popularly known as Bawaleshi, there are judgments of course of competent jurisdiction who say that if Legon, La Bawaleshi and Otele belong to the Klana quarter of La. So, I mean, you can even get assistance from the Lands Commission. The Lands Commission is the best place to go now. If you have any doubt as to who your landlord is in this current state of affairs, go to the Lands Commission. Show them where your parcel is.
We can now listen to Acting Greater Accra Regional Lands Officer Timothy Anyidoho saying they are waiting to be served with a certified copy to take the necessary actions.
We have not been, but we followed it like all other parties. For us to be served, the Land Act Sections 179 tells us how judges' certificates or decisions of the court will be registered. And I believe if people have developed their land, wherever the victors are, we'll look for a practical way of getting them to atone tenancy and then recognize their grants if their grants were not granted from the right. So during negotiation, as I said, I was careful to say atone tenancy, and those are two different things. Atoning tenancy would be a recognition that based on this judgment has been in force since 1982. If you've read the case, and you must understand that people have accrued rights based on what they believed was the right thing to do. And therefore, if somebody is a victor today, there must be some caution in which steps to take in order to deal with that. They have gone to court, they have made their victories. We will be awaiting the certified copies to be able to take steps to do what the court says we should do in respect of registrations that may be in our record that will be affected by the decision. As for the parties on the ground, as I indicated, now people will take steps to recognize their interest and enforce them, and I'm sure that will be done in a reasonable manner because, mind you, enforcement of judgments steps must be taken through the civil procedure rules to be able to do so. So I don't think it's a cause for panic. People should stay calm.
Timothy Anyidoho, acting Greater Accra Regional Lands Officer there. No need for panic, he says. Now, opinions are divided over Medina MP Francis Xavier Susu's new private members bill proposing changes to the Holidays Act. While a segment of the public supports the proposal for 2 days of holidays for Eid al-Fitr and Eid al-Adha, there's opposition to the idea of maintaining holidays that fall on weekends without moving them to Mondays. Another proposition is to move holidays that fall between Tuesday and Thursday to Fridays. We'll be hearing from the Medina MP who has been defending his bill shortly. But first, let's listen to some Ghanaians who are pleased with certain aspects and displeased with others.
The Salas should always, we should give them the 2 days, this and that they want, because you celebrate a day Salah. People expect more, so it can even bring something like a fund, because I stay in Fadama, and with time like this we celebrate Salah Fest, and the artists that comes, they get money through. So when they do it about something like 2 days, they can raise more funds to it. After like this we work 8 hours a day, and you get tired. It should probably be moved to Monday, because we are human beings. We work throughout. After like this, we work 8 hours a day, and
Oh, okay. So from my point of view, the thing is, if there is a holiday, let's say on Friday, and it's supposed to move to Monday, and the MP is trying to change things, it's very wrong for me. Because imagine you enjoying your weekends, you feel tired, so at least you getting the Monday could help for you to rest. And with the Salah holidays too, the two, I think it's okay, because these are part of our religion. Yes, because we have Muslims and they are part of our religion, so I feel they should be appreciated.
The holidays, they are up for me. To me, as he's saying, it's good. That Muslims will like they forgive them like 2 days. But the 1 2 I don't think the one is enough, because maybe sometimes they'll go and do the prayers and come before they'll come and cut slaughter the cows and the things. Then the following day, then they have to go to work and the things. But I think if their own 2 is 2, I think it's okay.
Well, that's not all. We conducted a poll on social media to gauge public sentiment. Maxwell Agbagba is here to share the results, the much-awaited results. What are the findings from the poll?
Yes, Emefa. So a lot of people seem to like the one that 2 holidays for Muslim festivals, Eid al-Adha and then Eid al-Fitr. Those we polled, those who've been responding to our poll, 75% actually said yes. And then 25% said no. So 75 yes, 25% no. The second one that's also very popular, move holidays that fall between Tuesday and Thursday to Friday. 73% said it's a great idea. 9% said not the best suggestion, and then 18% said doesn't make a difference. So 73% think it's a great idea. The one that is not popular is the holidays on the weekend. People want to celebrate their holidays on a weekday. They want it to be moved to a weekday. If it falls on a weekend,
it has to be moved to a weekday.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't want to hear your opinion on this, but let's
you
hear.
already know.
I know. So let's hear from the Medina MP, Francis Xavier Susu. He's been defending his proposal, citing alignment with international best practices.
Well, the rationale is to promote productivity without holidays. Currently, sometimes you have a holiday. Maybe you spend your weekend, you come back on Monday, and then you have a holiday on Tuesday. Or sometimes you have a holiday on Thursday, only for you to go and come back on Friday. And so it's not very, very effective way of using holidays. And if you look at other jurisdictions, they even term it bank holiday, because traditionally or historically, it began as a practice in banks, where when holidays fall within what they call the productive days, which is Tuesdays to Thursdays, they would shift them to Fridays. And so it is just in line with best practices that we do this, just to enhance our holiday experiences and our holiday practices with Ghana.
Well, that's Medina MP Francis Xavier Susu. Well, this Saturday is no holiday, but of course, every Saturday we bring you Newsfile. And this final episode, we're bringing you the Change Speaker series on Newsfile. Joining us now to tease us on what to expect is host Samson Ladi. Anyenene, thank you so much for joining us here on the Midday News. Tell me, what are we to expect tomorrow?
Right, tomorrow we have the Joing Speaker series, Diaspora Edition. We're bringing on Ghanaians who live abroad or maybe resident abroad and who have interacted with their country and the countries where they live and work, should be able to bring about some perspective on the issues that confront us and share some ideas, change-making ideas. That's why we call it Change Speaker. So they will give us some change, making ideas to help in the national discourse and policy development and so on. So that's what we do. On Joy Change Speaker series.
we take a pause from your usual panel looking at issues in a certain, dimension, and to have people who can reflect and bring on board something that we may not never have heard about or never thought of, but that will be useful and a game changer. And thankfully tomorrow, people we can call Ghanaians in the diaspora who have various experiences, will share with us.
How many of them are we expecting tomorrow?
So we have a list of 7 illustrious Ghanaians, and some of them coming from backgrounds that we expect they will wow us.
And you're not dropping any names yet, are you?
Have you heard about Mary Spew?
I know Spew, but I'm yet to hear.
Mary Spew is a deep space engineer.
Okay.
And she's done some really, really great stuff out there. She'll be joining us. We have Nana Fosua Oforia Pan Eyim. She's a writer, she's a filmmaker, she's an art historian, and brings perspectives that will just keep you shocked and surprised.
Don't give it all away, Samson. We'll join you tomorrow at 9 a.m. for the Change Speaker series. That's the host of Newsfile, Samson Ladi. And you don't want to miss the final episode of Change Speaker series on Newsfile. Another program coming up on Joy News later. Tonight will be the PM Express personality profile with Aisha Ibrahim. NDC Chairman Johnson Asiedun Ketia is the guest.
Who is the godfather of digitalization in Ghana, apart from President John Dramani Mahama?
Tell me about it.
All this noise about digitalization, it all started under President John Dramani Mahama as the Minister for Communication. In the past, we used to have Ministry for Posts and Telecommunication.
Okay.
It was when President Mahama became a minister that these two portfolios were separated, because there was opportunity for expansion in the telecommunication and the ICT sector.
Okay.
So John Dramani Mahama was actually the grandfather of this whole digitalization. And
you don't want to miss PM Express personality profile with Aisha Ibrahim later tonight on Sunday. I'll be hosting you on the probe as well. You would want to join us this weekend. This is a packed show for you on the Joy News channel, Joy 99.7 FM. We'll take a quick break here on the Midday News, live on Joy 99.7 FM. Also on Love 99.5 FM. We return from the break with sports, and we are building up to Christmas. I'll tell you about this year's Joy FM family party in the park, which promises to be bigger, better, and fun as it unites families this Yuletide.
The sun on the road with glasses on, all along we
here with my mom to have some fun. I play football and eat some popcorn. I'm very excited.
When budgets are tight and money difficult to come by, you want to be sure you get the best value for your money. These are not times to be spending money fixing expensive engine problems because of cheap fuel and lubricant. Drive to a petrol source station today and buy your quality fuel and lubricant, and rest assured of fuel that lasts long and lubricant that prevent expensive engine problems. Hear the sound. Petrosol, clean fuel in full quantity.
It is your time to vote for your assembly members and unit committee members. So get involved and vote.
Citizens of Ghana, this is an urgent call from the National Commission for Civic Education, NCCE.
District level election is here again. This year's election will take place on the 19th of December 2023. Every 4 years, Ghanaians are enjoined to elect citizens to serve as assembly and unit committee members to help facilitate the development of your community and the district. The time to exercise that civic duty is now. On Tuesday, December 19th, 2023, visit your voting center between 7 a.m. and 5 p.m. with your valid voter's ID card and cast your vote to elect your preferred candidate. Remember, democracy begins at the local governance level. Your vote counts. Vote for development change agents. Vote for Ghana. A message from the National Commission for Civic Education, NCCE.
Thanks for staying with us here on the Midday News. Let's do sports.
Thank you very much, Emefa. Now on Saturday, there will be a world title opportunity for Senna Adbeko, who will challenge the undefeated WBA super middleweight champion David Morrell in Minneapolis, USA. Now, boxing expert Nathaniel Atto has more.
Well, Senna Adbeko should be motivated by the fact that Ghana is still looking for another world champion after the stories of Isaac Dugbe and Richard Comey. Now, one of the things that could go for him is his ring experience, his relative ring experience, where he's got 30 fights in total, 28 wins and 2 losses, as against Morrell's 9 bouts, which have already made him a champion. But what he should be very careful about is the fact that Morrell is coming in as the champion. You'd have the crowd behind him, so psychologically he's better boosted. He also should know that whenever you're fighting a champion, the dynamics are different technically. He has to score more points, he has to have more fluid punch power, and he has to be more accurate if he wants to get this job done.
That's boxing expert Nathaniel Atto.
Thank you very much, Mubarak. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Time for our Drive Safe campaign.
Safe driving saves lives. Drive safe.
And as we build up to Christmas, we are keeping our eyes on the road for you and to help you stay safe. In this new series, we speak to persons who've had close shave with death through road crashes. We'll bring you the story of Judith Barnes, teacher and a mother of 2.
I'm an accident survivor. My accident happened 3rd August last year, 2022. And this is the car I was sitting in. It happened at Edweji. There was a bush burning beside the road. Cars coming from Takrady were stopped. Cars coming from Accra, Kumasi were stopped. So this side will go a little and the other side will go a little. Passing through the smoke. It got to our turn. We entered the smoke. Then there was a truck loaded with 850 bags coming from Takrady to Accra. He got to the scene. He overtook the car parked and then entered the smoke. And since his car was in a top speed, he just moved from his lane, came through our lane and then hit our car. And I was sitting right behind the driver. In fact, we were 15 passengers in the car. 14 were brought out. I was the last person who was brought out.
Well, this is more reason why you ought to stay safe on the road, especially at this time. Now, join us at the Ebri Botanical Gardens on the 26th of December. It's from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. You're wondering what I'm talking about? Is the Joy FM family party in the park. Well, activities for the day would include Beer Village, Daddy's Corner, Mam's Cooking Competition, Face Painting, Live Band, and many, many more. The rate, we're told, is 200 Ghana cedis only for a family of 6. All catering houses interested in vending food at this year's Joy FM family party in the park should contact 054-012-3805 for further inquiries before December 20, 2023. We're getting ready for Joy FM family party in the park and you don't want to miss it. And now we focus on this 1-year-old yet to even start speaking, but make no mistake, Ghanaian Ace Liam has mastered the art of artistic drawing so much that he's seeking to break a 20-year Guinness World Record. Jacqueline and Sumaya is focusing on her.
Many Ghanaians are poised to set and break world records from the highly anticipated singathon. A 1-year-old Ghanaian called Lithium will attempt to set a new world record as the youngest male artist in the world as his application has been accepted. The current world record for the youngest male artist is held by Dante Lamb, who achieved this feat at the age of 3 in 2003. Liam's mother says her son has been painting since he was 6 months old.
All the behind the scenes are there. Every single painting. So far, he's done 12 paintings, including this 13. So all the behind the scenes will be there.
Okay.
From 6 months up until now.
6 months old. That was when he started painting.
His bigger works are when he was younger. The more he grows, I think I'm able to accommodate him on a smaller canvas. But when he was younger, it's more like body movements and spreading the paint. So the canvas size are as big as the floor. Exactly. Exactly.
Ace's mother has been explaining how this competition will pan out.
So when it comes to his category, as I said, they provide you with certain rules based on the record you are breaking. So with his rules, he has to be, to qualify him as the youngest artist, he needs to be in an exhibition and make sales. And then the receipts of the sales and everything will be sent to them. They've sent us the criteria to provide the evidence after the exhibition has been done. So with his, he's not going to do a live painting. It doesn't require that. But when you are submitting the evidence, there's a slot where you have to show media coverage, his social media handles, so that when they go there, they will see how he creates the paintings.
And you ought to participate in that exhibition for him to win. It's at the Science Museum here in Adabraka, and ahead of their Christmas, still in the Christmas festivities. An agenda to promote Ghanaian music is on. We know it's hashtag Play Ghana. It was launched yesterday. Musician Samini is thrilled by the move.
You make me wanna rearrange. I think this is a long overdue call. Different people have done it in their own capacity on different levels. Since we joined the industry, or since we became professional musicians, since we started traveling, we've always been advocating the fact that we need to hear more of our own music when we are in our own territory. Because that's what we see when we go to other territories. If you go to Kenya, for instance, you hear strictly East African music. Yes, of course, we have the Nigerian invasion, which is inevitable, which is not the competition here. That's not the complaint here. That's not the target here.
And Samini will be live in action on the 24th of December. And that's how we wrap up today's edition of the Midday News here on Joy 99.7 FM. There's more when you log on to myjoyonline.com. NPP NDC skeptical about EC's 3 p.m. closure for 2024 polls proposal. That's on myjoyonline.com. Living Word with Pastor Mensa Otabil is up next. I am Emefa Apawu. Have a good afternoon.